do cars, malls, and even updated graphics have in common? These are just a few things I think that are coming to Sims 4 that are featured in Sims Freeplay. So for a long time, Sims Freeplay and Sims 4 themes have honestly overlapped so much, from Sims Freeplay getting high school gameplay to a much later high school years expansion pack, and countless other examples like eco lifestyle, romantic garden, and more. Safe to say, if something is in Freeplay, there is at least a pretty good chance we're going to get it in Sims 4 in some rendition. So today, I'm going to tell you the top 10 ideas I think might be coming to Sims 4 sooner rather than later that exist in Freeplay. Number 1 comes as no surprise, and that is cars. I think they could be done well in terms of getting a fixer-upper, maybe some hobbies, even a career, and at the same time, I do appreciate cars more admittedly in an open world environment. But in Sims Freeplay, there are a lot of car themes. We had a vintage garage decorated with classic cars and motorcycles too. These were mostly 1950s inspired, including wall-mounted motorcycles, fuel pumps, garage doors, workbenches, and more. And I will say, if they are going to add cars to Sims 4, I would love to see a variety of styles. From different eras even would be pretty interesting. But if you are someone who's a big advocate for cars in Sims 4, let me know what kind of features or what you would expect. There of course is more reasons beyond just Sims Freeplay that we think we could be getting cars in Sims 4. But beyond the inzoi versus Sims 4 survey, we also got another survey for a pack theme, and that was car life. As a reminder of that pack theme, enter the ultimate pack that weaves cars into the day-to-day stories of your Sims. Had the ability of course to teach your teens how to drive, enjoying a movie at a drive-in theater with friends and family, and also send your Sims off as a gig worker, a car salesperson, or a professional race driver. And we did discuss this very interesting survey at length. I was a little bit skeptical of it, but they did have lots of transportation themes. So between the Sims Freeplay, this survey, and also the inzoi survey, if they're going to continue to keep going on with Sims 4, which I still think is ill-advised, let me be sure, I do think cars in some form are going to come. On the other hand, I also do think if we get cars, people are going to be disappointed. With that said, let's move on to the second feature I think is coming to Sims 4. Do want Sims 4 to continue on, I could see them giving it a facelift. And with this, we could be seeing updated graphics. In Sims Freeplay, they also did update the graphics. Most notably, they added more facial changes and structures. And yes, I will admit they're still not the best graphics ever, but at least it is an improvement. But beyond those new updated facial structures, they also added new dynamic lighting. Adding new dynamic lighting in Sims 4 I think would be fantastic. Now again, I actually don't think Sims 4 looks bad, maybe that's just me. I think it has way more problems beyond aesthetics, but I do think this is a possibility. Now honestly, the next feature is pretty small, but Sims 4 to this day still does not have a pool table, and Sims Freeplay does in fact have a pool table. I'll admit, I expected this to come with Discover University, maybe high school years, I don't know, just some pack, and I do think it's very likely we will get this gameplay item back, even though I don't know of any surveys indicating it. A fourth feature I think could be coming to Sims 4 is yachts or cruises. Now, this yacht and cruise update for Sims Freeplay was a free story super yacht. It included a gym, a rooftop spa, a lounge area, and extra large bedrooms. And also, it did include spiral staircases. Now, I will say, in the past I would have said, I don't think this is going to work in Sims 4. But after they added businesses and hobbies, and we can have sort of multi-purpose lots, I do think this is a possibility. Of course, I don't really know how the cruise would function or if this is even something I personally would want. But again, they're going to keep going on with Sims 4. Do I think they're going to borrow from some ideas? Yes, I do. And in fact, there's a survey that does indicate again that Sims 4 might be looking into more ocean experiences. Now granted, this is very different from the yacht, I will argue, but I still wanted to show this and remind you of this survey. Live at the seashore and breathe in the cool misty air each morning in your fully equipped houseboat. Take a long stroll on the beach, seeking small metallic valuables with your new metal detector. Make crafts with driftwood, sea gloss, and other trinkets. And embark on your vessel as a sea captain hunting for crabs and lobsters. They also do mention scuba diving. And again, we did discuss this. I know some people feel this should have been involved in island living. I actually don't think this works with the theme of island living personally, but I definitely do also understand the frustration as they fragment so much content. And granted, I know this whole video is kind of emphasizing that. Do you think they should slow down on pack content overall? So this is just a fun speculation video. But that said, moving on, I also think we could see some type of period pieces. They had a Sense and Sensibility theme in Sims Freeplay, and honestly, even though it's not my personal cup of tea, I do think with the popularity of shows like Bridgerton, it is also possible they could do something like this. I don't trust them to do it well, but I guess they could do an isolated world. Let me know what you think in the comments below. There was also a masquerade theme in Sims Freeplay. We did get a survey that talked about modern royalty. That said, even if The Sims 4 is focusing more on modern themes, that doesn't mean they couldn't go retro. They did actually have a mall update for Sims Freeplay a long time ago, and just looking at these styles, I could see them doing something similar in Sims 4. And this is further amplified because we did get a survey with a mall theme. I believe they brought it up in the 2020 survey, I could be wrong, and also a more recent survey. In the more recent survey says, dive into a vibrant 80s and 90s retro world with bustling mall venues and freelance careers. Hang out at the arcade, comic book store, game board cafe, and ramen shop. Enjoy classic activities like tabletop role-playing, landline phones, and rollerblading. They also talk about being a babysitter, delivering newspapers, and a lifeguard at the community pool. Now, honestly, I think it's interesting they're lumping all this together as I discussed before. But again, with these connections, and also because we already have a pack that does establish multi-purpose lots, I actually am seeing this more and more as a possibility. Now, honestly, the next one I feel many people are not going to be excited about, but we could be seeing some interesting collabs coming to Sims 4. The first one is with Lego's Lego Dots in particular. Now, honestly, even though I'm not super stoked about this one thing I do like about this collab is that it could bring gameplay for kids, and honestly, I think gameplay for kids in Sims 4 still is lacking, so I wouldn't be necessarily against this collab depending on how it's done. I'm not really so sure about a Care Bear theme in Sims 4. You can let me know in the comments below if you're into it. I'm not at all, but I guess there could be some argument made. It would be cute to do a Build-A-Bear activity, and as I said before, if Sims 4 is going to continue, they're going to continue to come up with some unexpected ideas. And one of these could be a challenge or even reality TV. We do see lots of challenges in Sims Freeplay. We have this Influencer Island, and the Influencer Island event in particular is something I am eyeing for something they might do in Sims 4. And once again, this is supported by a survey we saw for Sims 4. Enter the world of reality TV as a contestant. Sims must survive the social dynamics of being in competition. While on the show, Sims complete challenges, stoke drama, and form alliances. As I said before, whenever they say drama or strong personalities, it makes me think it's actually not going to be that and quite the opposite. That aside, as I expressed before, even though I could see this coming to Sims 4, this could actually be interesting as a spin-off game. I'm mixed on it. I'm not a big reality TV person, but I could see why it might be fun to have some kind of a challenge. On the other hand, they could do a new game that's kind of like Sims Castaway, and honestly, I would personally prefer that. Now, number 9, I do want to say I want to go into more detail, maybe even do a whole video on it. I do think even if we get bans in Sims 4, there's a possibility it could come in a different form. That is, it could be more a Showtime type of pack. Now, honestly, I still think it's more likely they will do just bans, but I did want to point out that Sims Freeplay has a variety of different themes, including Cabaret, and it is possible we could get it in a different form. That said, even if they do incorporate different types of Showtime activities, I still am very convinced, I know I always say this, that we are getting themed bans, and maybe sooner rather than later. As I pointed out earlier this year, we had influencers get a calendar, and for November, it looks like we might be getting a bands pack. And also from that same calendar, they showed burglars in March, so it's not that far off, and of course we've had surveys for bands too. Now the final feature would be augmented reality. Honestly, this one makes way more sense for Project Renee, but I still wanted to cover it. Transport the Sims into augmented reality. With thousands of objects at your fingertips, use technology to see your Sims' dream homes come to life. So yes, they also mention a real-time cooperative build mode. This is actually what I fully expect to come to Project Renee. However, I still wanted to include it because number one, I wanted 10 items, but also because it does still fit into the theme of this video. Again, I know some people are not going to take this video well. They're going to say, we don't want any more content for Sims 4, Aaron. And honestly, I understand. I talk about that almost every single video. However, it is a tradition of mine to do speculation videos, and honestly, sometimes I just like to have some fun. As always, please take care, and I'll see you in the next video.